Hi guys, welcome back to the Market Monitor. Let's start by discussing exactly what's going on in the market today and also look at what's going on in the broader market, the stocks, Nifty 50 and other indices, etc. Okay, so let's start with the CNX small cap. What's happened today? So today we open right below the 20-day and the 10-day. First thing to notice is the fact that the 20-day is now above the 10-day moving average, which is not a good cross to make. So that's not very promising, but that's all right. This could change very quickly, just like it did in this period, right? It can change very, very quickly. Anyway, you open with a gap, right? Not a gap, sorry. You open around flat only, like right close to these levels of the 10-day and the 20-day. You fall down around 1%, and now you have recovered it completely. So if I open the 15-minute chart of the day, right? Market opens here, you open somewhere here, go up a bit, face rejection, come all the way down. But then since then there was no real problem seen, right? So we can see that in the market today. Now what does that tell us about the environment? First, the environment is still not A1, which means that it's still not the best environment for swing trading, and it would still be wise to be careful with positions. You can take a position here and there to test the market for sure, like that's what I would probably be doing. But the matter of the fact is, can we think of investing 25%? Would I be doing that? I don't think I would. The idea is that be light, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be light, make sure that I'm part of the right areas, the right sectors, the right setups as well. So that's another learning point for you guys, in case you all didn't know. The same way that we try to catch sectors, it's very similar to how we have to try to catch setups. Setups work thematically as well. There's going to be a period of time where VCPs work the best. There's going to be a period of time where high tide flags work the best. There's going to be a period of time where IPO bases work the best. They all are, think of them as sectors, if you will, right? At times, they will all do well on their own. So, and there are times when EP will do well as well. That being said, that's basically covering what's happened in the small cap index. Now, either from here on, we fall down to the 50-day, right? From tomorrow onwards, break these lows, and then just keep falling, or you go up from here, consolidate, maybe hold for a day, and then break these levels on a closing basis, and then we should be on for another rally. What happens, I do not know. Let's see. Nifty today, promising action. I like this. You have retaken. Okay, so on this day, the 21st, right? You break down, then you just recover with the 50-day. Then you take face rejection from the 10-day. Today you've claimed the 10-day. Now tomorrow maybe you try and claim the 20-day. So let's see what happens in Nifty. The earnings have been better for Nifty 50 stocks so far compared to mid cap, compared to small cap. It's gone in order. So Nifty has been better than mid cap has been better than small cap. So that's how it's looking right so far. Or you can track all of the earnings on Money Control. But apart from that, I would say that Nifty's action is promising. Small cap index action is still not spoiled. We could very easily reverse from here, get on with another rally, and I'm super excited for that. But let's not get too excited, is what I'm trying to say. Anyway, let's move on to stocks. So, what are some of the setups that I'm looking at? Sorry, give me a second. All right, let's discuss exactly that. What are some of the setups that I'm going to be looking at? Okay, so I've done the scanning for today and I'm happy with what I've seen, right? And let's see what are some of the setups that I have seen. Okay, so number one, Cupid. Now, Cupid is a picture perfect analysis for anyone wanting to understand what is a cup and a handle. What is a cup and a handle? And then when you have a breakout, what does a stock do? Okay, let's understand this with Cupid. We can see over here, right? Let's mark it out. The price of the stock goes up 563% in the bull market. Since then, the stock has only consolidated. It's only consolidated, and somewhere over here, and look at the volumes, okay? 131 crore, 90 crore, 140 crore, 75 crore. This is all buying volumes, massive buying volumes, and then the volume of the stock is dead. 2 crores, 1 crores, 84 lakhs. Like, this volume is insane. This is like retail, like below retail expectation volume as well. So this was a completely forgotten stock up until the 15th of April to 2025, where we suddenly see a buying of 53 crores in Cupid, moving on 95 crores and then 53 crores again, consolidate, and then again on the 2nd of May, 31 crores, and then you're upwards and upwards and upwards. Now, this setup, right, could also very well have been considered over here. However, what is going on in this area? A clear wedge. Whenever any stock wedges, there will always be a right hand side being formed. Over here, and we've seen this time and time again, I will show you all in MassDoc as well. Look at this. The stock was wedging. I was in part of this and I was so keen that there's no good stock behaves like this, and that's exactly why I exited the day before earnings were announced. Right? Because no good stock wedges like this. No good stock will ever wedge. You come up for 3-4 days, you come down, you consolidate around these levels, make a pivot, and then you break out, but no stock wedges. This is a telltale of something is not going to be right. The next day, earnings gap down 7%, game over. Right. Anyway, we were at Q2. So let's understand this. So we can see that the stock is wedging. It clearly needs a right hand side. Lo and behold, what happens? You make the right hand side right there. Okay. Now the right hand side has been formed. You break out on super high volumes, 134 crore. And let's have a look at what the stop loss would be, since we are just discussing this trade in detail for someone who ideally, this was a trade definitely should have been taken. 2% stop loss, 2.5% of this was a big position size game, big base as well, no worries at all. How far from the base highs? 25%, absolutely no worries at all. What happens once this action takes place? Boom, 2 days back to back action. You're up 8% and you're up 6.5%. Another day of action, you're up 5.5%. On how much volume? Let's look at the volume. 134 crore, 128 crore, 160 crore. This is called institutional buying after accumulation in these zones. You see, you reach the pivot point, supply is completely exhausted. There's no way that the supply can now be greater than the demand, and that is exactly why price shoots up like a rocket. And that's what we see. Okay, now the day before the breakout, let's have a look at what is the volume. 9 crore compared to 134 crore. That is more than 10 to 15 times the volume, right? So that is exactly what we want to see. We want to see this action in stocks again and again. Save this chart as a picture perfect cup and handle big breakout chart. However, why are we discussing Cupid in particular? Because Cupid is now forming something that I am liking. What do we see here? Okay, good. You've broken out, right? You're up. You're up 25% in a matter of 4 days. 1 day of pause. Guess what? Stock is taking support from the 5-day moving average. A very telltale sign for what? All strong stocks take support from the 5-day moving average on their upfront when they make flags. Anyway, ideally, what should have the stock done? Waited a day. Did it wait? No, it did not. It decided to do exactly this now. So, as of right now, what does Cupid look like to us? Cupid to us looks like a run up of 36%, which is now consolidating around the 5-day moving average. If we look at this on candles, this looks like a beautiful entry point over here with a little bit of a stop loss of 3% and complete volume exhaustion. 491 crores the day it was up 10%, 184 crores, 122 crores, 41 crores. Reducing volume, stagnant price, tight ranges. This looks so good. If the market was, somewhere around these levels, I would have bought this stock in a big amount. But right now, I do not know what to do. I'm a bit confused, so I will probably take some more information from the markets. Let's see how the markets play out. Maybe a small position size, but I'm really confused over here. So I will think I'll have more of a deep think about this. Anyway, one more inside day in Cupid, right? Like this, exactly what we saw. in our power over here, right? One more day. This was not inside, but one more day of a pause, and I will definitely buy Cupid. But as of right now, still not too sure. Will probably make a small position here because it just looks so good. It's already breaking base highs. You're making a flag here. Okay, let's consider this first extension. This would be the first extension, second extension flag. So good probabilities of breakout. So let's see. Let's have a look at what happens. I'm not too keen. I'm not too sure, but let's have a look. Anyway, enough chat on Cupid. Let's move on to the next because there's a lot more to discuss. Lloyd's engineer work. So today, one thing that I noticed that I wanted to speak about is that I've seen that setups are somewhat proliferating, and that is a good sign. While the small cap index is recovering from its lows to its highs, setups are proliferating, right? I'm seeing more setups, and at the same time, there's no real big fall per se in the markets. So maybe we should be on for something good, but let's see what happens. But I'm keen about this action. I'm excited. Anyway, Lloyd Engineering Works. What's happened here? You're up 38%, and now you've made your flag. Actually, this is not even a flag because this, yeah, no, definitely. This is just like typical institutional line. Anyway, you're up on big volumes, 200 crores, 350 crores, 140 crores, 204 crores. And then the one day that you're down only 139 crores, and the next day again 177, 181. And then these few days you're down 62 crores. Now, what is 62 crores in front of 200 odd crores, right? It's nothing. Next day, 365 crores. See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. This is picture perfect institutional accumulation, on point for us to see. Anyway, you face rejection from these supply levels over here, and then now you have come down, taken support from the 20-day, taken support from the 10-day, consolidating over here. What's our stop loss? Okay, so the stop loss is a bit big. Not really. It's 3%. It's a 3% stop. Um, yeah, looking like a good trade. But again, I think Cupid for me is just like if I have to choose between the two, I would probably go for Cupid because this is a little bit erratic still. Definitely could be looked at, but I personally I don't know with the market. Let's see if the market opens with a gap up, right? You open with a 1% gap up, then you're on for a follow through day. Then I would surely trade these stocks, but I don't know. Let's have a look. Anyway, Acme Solar. Let's go back to bars because for IPOs I prefer looking at it through bars. Acme Solar is making a beautiful flag, right? Picture perfect action. Let me draw it out for you guys. Big cup, handle, breakout, flag, breakout. Okay, wait, hold on. This drawing is bad. Let me try and draw it better. No. Sorry. Okay, here. Okay, cool. I got it. Okay. Cup, handle, breakout, flag, breakout, flag, breakout. This is how the structure of a winning stock will look, right? In which phase are we here now? Cup, handle, breakout, flag. So, what should we expect from Acme Solar? Right now, the stock I don't think is still ready because if I have a look, yeah, 4%. It's still not ready. One more day waiting over here would make it better. But again, I'm gonna show you all institutional accumulation. Get it in your minds. 80 crore of buying, 19 crore of buying, 73 crore, 430 crores a day. It's up 10%. Next day, 326 crores, and then look at this stark institutional accumulation. 100 crores, 55 crores. From 429 crores, 55, 47, 49, 42. 29 crores on a down day. And the day before that, 66 crores. So I like this is the best that you're gonna get, right? This is exactly how it's gonna be, but this needs a little bit more of a right side. Ideally, one more day, or maybe from tomorrow itself, it could look at a breakout, but I don't know. IPO stocks are doing well as well, so they have been doing well recently. So could be something to look at. This is a priority stock for me. However, right now it's too wide, too wide. So cannot even look at this for now. But this does this. beautiful, like beautiful. Then your stop becomes quite small, and then you're on. But let's see what does this do. It's not ready yet anyway, so we'll give it some time. But again, as you all can see, it's the same concept, right? 68 crores, 304 crores, 436 crores, oh, 157 crores, 147, 138, 34, 25. And then you pick up pace again, 154 crores, and the next day suddenly 56 crores. So, like, I think I have put across my point. You all know what to do now. EIEL. Now, this stock, while it does not look ready, I have a hypothesis here. My hypothesis, I do not know will it come true or false, but I have a hypothesis that I would like to share. My hypothesis is that this stock, every time you're up, right, 15% and then, well, flat, you go down for 2 days. Ideally, what would a trader want? Up again one day and then one day inside, 4 day pivot, and then you break out. Instead, this stock goes 2 days down, extremely low volume. 1300 crores of bang, 1000 crores of bang, 289 and 185. So, extremely low downward pivot, big breakout here of 10%, next day 3%. Okay, fine, it's happened once. Let's look what, and on the breakout, what are the volumes? 1000 crore and 1100 crore. Okay, maybe it's happened once. The next day, 453 crore, 203 crore. Same action here, same action here. 2 days down, oh, 9% up, 1100 crores, 2200 crores, 4000 crores, and it's up 15%. Of course, this was a decent market, but you get what I'm saying. The pivots here seem to always be like this. Right? So now what am I noticing? Let's have a look. Okay. Over here, we're up 5% on 145 crores, 1% on 236 crores, 12.5% on 2200 crores. Then you pause, 231 crores, 170 crores. Next day, up, well, it was up significantly, like what? It was up 8%, right, that day. So 6% from buying on a buying of 1377 crores. And next few days, 380, 106, and 80 crores buying. So evident that we are falling. Pivot is also falling. So could this stock, maybe it's taken support from the 10 day, could this stock maybe tomorrow give a big movement up? I don't know. But this time it's not. How much was the movement from here to this high? 8%, and here to this high, 8%. So I don't know. This could very well move, could very well not move. Even if you take a, like, even if I take a position here, 2%. So I don't know. I just wanted to share my observation. Seems to making a downward pivot, but let's see. I will have a keen eye on this stock as to how it performs, because I think it. I don't know. It just feels different for some reason. Anyway, Q Power making another pivot here, but this stock scares me. Anyways, it's 5%, so the SL is too big for me right now. So I need a day inside. But this stock is now like, it feels extended, but in the stock market nothing is extended. So I don't know, but we can have a look later on. And then Kryzak as well, another sort of, well, mediocre setup. So setups are there, yeah. Like, look at this TI, man, beautiful, just absolutely amazing. We've been discussing the alcohol sector for quite some time now, and you guys know this. But like, literally, TI does this, and like, tell me this does not remind me of CRR. So up here, this, like, ideally this outside day shouldn't have happened, but anyway. And then 12%, and then wait, and then 15 and 17%. How big of a move? 33% in 2 days. Reminds me of my SCI trade. Here, VCP formation, and then 37% in 2 days. But anyway, what did I want to have a look at? Where were we? TI, right? Yeah. Anyway, so that's what I'm expecting. TI, ABDL, this is decent, will take time. So ideally, yeah, this and TI should set up together. There was a few more, STBL. Look at this, looking nice as well. And then there was one more that I was looking at. Globus Spirits. Yeah, but I will not trade this, but it's good to know that the sector is somewhat in action. Anyway, so those are the setups that I'm kind of having an eye on. Let's see what the market does tomorrow. Tomorrow would be an important day. I'm expecting the market tomorrow to bounce. I would love for the market to bounce. Like, I'm a swing trader. I want the market to bounce, but let's see what the market does, whether we get that opportunity or not. But regardless, should be fun. Should be should be an interesting day tomorrow. I've discussed exactly what is on my priority and what I'll be doing. And thank you so much. If you all have liked this video, please comment, please like, please subscribe. We're at 330 subscribers. Let's ramp that number up as well. And apart from that, I'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you so much.